What up, family? This is it. This is the final meeting, man, of the investment round. Do you know how crazy this is? This is literally the last meeting that we're having before the new path for Black Sands opens up. So I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to be talking about a lot of the massive opportunities that are going to be coming to you guys. I don't have a presentation for you guys today because last week I was in Korea, right? I was spending the entire time in Korea working on getting that animated series locked in with a lot of studios that I was talking to out there, including studios like Studio Mir, right? That was probably one of the coolest experiences I've had in my life, right? Because I've never actually seen inside an animation studio for real. Never seen one before. And it's crazy because that's one of the biggest ones, right? One of the biggest ones in the world. They've done so many amazing shows. And then I was in there and we were talking to the VP, and it was just incredible. So I'm gonna be handling that. But first, I want everybody in here right now to do me a huge favor and go ahead and share this video. Share this on Facebook, share this on LinkedIn, right? Share this with your friends via TikTok, via YouTube, whatever you gotta do. Let's go spread the word, man. Let's tell everybody about what's about to happen. This is the last 4 hours. The last 4 hours before we are done with this investment round and we are moving forward into the new stuff that Black Sands is going to be doing. Also, where are you checking in from? I'm from Delaware, so I'm checking in with Delaware right now. Everybody who's checking in, go ahead and hit yourself in the comments. Let everybody know where you're from. I know I got a lot of supporters from all across the nation and internationally. And I'm glad that you're here tonight. What's up, man? Yeah, Korea was lit. Korea was lit. Korea was amazing, man. There's so much money to be made in Korea too, man. I think we can do some expanding out there. We can do a lot of expanding out there. Cali to Florida. What up, Jordan? From Jersey to Iowa. Got you. Boston, Mass. You know, I just flew out of Boston. I flew out of Boston to get to Korea in the first place. I've been to Boston a couple of times too. Sam Lee, what's good, man? LinkedIn is chiming in today, boy. Where's my Facebook people at? I don't see no Facebook comments. What's going on there? What's good? All right, so the first thing I want to do tonight is I'm going to update everybody on what the investment round currently is at, what's going on. Then I'm going to take a break to talk about our trip in Seoul, Korea, what we did, who we met, right? And what are the future opportunities available in Seoul, Korea. After that, we're going to check on the investment round again. Then we're going to go into a conversation about future opportunities, jobs, right? Jobs, acting, whatever, right? These are the opportunities we're going to be talking about. Then we're going to check on the investment round again. After that, we're going to talk about the video game production, how that's going, what's going to be happening with that. Then we're going to check on the investment round again. And then finally, we're going to be talking about what's going to be the next steps for the actual anime, right? What's going to be happening, what's going to be going there, all that good stuff. So it's going to be a pretty exciting night. It's going to be pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff you're going to be hearing about. And, you know, it's going to be wild. We're going to be having a good time. So let's see here. First of all, let's look at that investment round, man. What are we looking at right here? So the current numbers, I would say we're at 1,118,000. Did you know that this morning we were at 1,040,000? So far we've done about $80,000 today. That's pretty freaking crazy. And it's going faster and faster and faster. So I'm excited about that. That's always a great thing. Let's see. Let me refresh it too, because I haven't refreshed it yet. It might have changed. Let's see. Nope, we're still at 118. So that was right before I got into this meeting. I checked it out. Now, here's the thing about this investment round, right? This is the last investment round we're going to have for a couple of years. We might not even have another like WeFunder campaign for Black Sands Entertainment ever again. That's most likely going to happen because we already have our anime deal, right? And since we have the anime deal, we don't really need more rounds to grow because the anime is literally the most growth you can ever have as a brand, right? Once you have the anime, your licensing and merchandising potential is going to be astronomical, right? So we won't need another investment round, which is why this is the last one and why we also ended it early, right? We shouldn't have been ending at this date, but we ended early because we have to focus on the anime being produced, right? So most of the people have already invested in the company, right? People are here mostly invested. But I will say this, if you have the opportunity tonight, I believe you should increase your investment. You should try to get to that next tier of investor card because at the end of the day, this might be the last time you get a chance to invest in our company. And so long as you're not using money that you absolutely need, right? If you're not investing money that you need next week, then it might be a really good idea to go and, make sure that you get as much as you possibly can now because there's just not going to be another opportunity to be a stockholder in Black Sands. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that so I can give you guys the information about that. It's very important that you secure as much stock as you need from our company while you can. All right. The opportunities are happening way too fast for me to be able to say without a shadow of a doubt that you will be able to invest in the future. I can't say that right now. You know what I mean? Let me see here. So Alex said he invested yesterday. Appreciate that. What is the cost per share to invest? The cost to share per invest is $7.17 right now. That's the current share price of the company. In the first round, it was actually $1. So things have changed a lot since the first round. Oh, look at this. So Chalk It Up Success said he's over $9,000. So he's one of our super investors, I guess, because one thing I'll say is this, right? There's a couple of investors that I think there's about 60 investors over the entire portfolio, right? 60 investors over the entire portfolio that's done over $5,000 individually. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys. You guys make the needle move very quickly when you come in at that hard. And it's it's a very powerful impact you have on our company, right? Those supporters tend to know a lot of people as well who are also savvy and investors and everything else. So a lot of movement goes around in the investment circles when you have those bigger investors, vouching for your company. So it's great. It's also great to have those $100 investors. We need thousands of those, right? $100 investors are just as freaking viable, man. To us, it doesn't matter. You're going to get a card no matter what. The investor cards are for my family, right? And every investor, regardless if you do 100 or 10,000, it's part of the Black Sands family, period. Let's see who else. Oh, by the way, I'm taking any questions. So if you're asking questions, I will be pausing every now and then between the conversation, so I can answer those questions. Between Magic and Dreams said he upped my investment. That's good, man. Appreciate you. And Tolu just said that he just increased himself to a gold card member. That means he did over $2,000 in total. So I appreciate that 100%. JD Walker, one of our voice actors. I believe he was one of our voice actors in our original episodes. What is the dollar amount for the gold tier? That is $2,000 in total. That is the amount. Okay, like I said, Manny, question. You said that there won't be another investment project. Does that include the one you said around November? That's different. So I said there won't be another investment round for Black Sands Entertainment, the corporation. So the corporation owns everything, right? So the corporation owns absolutely everything. So if you want to be an investor in the actual corporation that owns everything, there's no more opportunities for that, right? The one that you're talking about is the investment round into the actual anime, right? So being a profit sharing holder of the anime only, right? That is going to happen in the future. Definitely. That's definitely going to happen. But like I said, it's only for the anime. It's very narrow, right? It's not a stockholder in the corporation. What studio impressed you the most? Well, I can't say that out loud, right? But I'm just saying this. I am the biggest fan of Studio Mir. So, right, at the end of the day, I'm just a fanboy of Studio Mir's work from a long time. So, right, but I can't show favoritism, right? Because I'm actually in active negotiation. So I'm not going to go and tip the scales by saying I love one over the other. You know what I mean? Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Sheila, thank you. Appreciate it. And remember, she only got like 4 hours. So get him in there. What's the next tier after gold? There ain't no more tiers after gold. I should have made more tiers, but I just felt like it wasn't appropriate, right? But you can do as much investment as you want, and we can give you as many gold cards as the multiple of that. All right. So don't worry about that. If you do 10,000, you can request more than 2 cards. All right. So it's your call, right? At the end of the day, you're buying stock. So you're really buying the stock. This is a hard one right here, man. Ufotable, Mappa, and Madhouse. Those the Japanese anime studios are really hard to get into their system to work with them. But we'll do it one day if we get more popular. All right, let's move on to the next questions. First of all, before we move on to the next questions, let me give everybody the link. So if you don't have the link to the investment round, I would love for you to take this time, right, to go out there and just make your investment now or increase your investment if you want to increase your investment. Just put it in the comment section right now. So, like I said, increase your investment or make your first investment in Black Sands Entertainment now, right? While this live is going down, because you just don't want to forget it, right? You don't want to forget that opportunity. You only got 4 hours left. You might as well get it done now. In the meantime, let me go and change the screen and let me go and get in here into the studios. What I talked about in Korea, what was the opportunities that I saw in Korea and everything else. All right. So let's go into that. Okay, here we go. So, the investment round, right? Not the investment round, but the opportunities that I had in Korea. So when I went to Korea, I talked to about 10 different animation studios. All right. So I talked to 10 different animation studios. It was pretty cool because when I went to those 10 different animation studios, I learned a lot about what people do, what people don't do, right? Visual effects, everything else. Some of these studios had done like freaking like 20, 30 different like Korean like TV series, did all the special effects for them. Now, if you've seen anything on Netflix, you know that some of the Korean like some of those Korean TV shows, the live actions have some of the best special effects in the world. You know what I mean? So, as far as from what I've been seeing, the special effects from the people that I've seen in Korea are freaking phenomenal, man. And then when I talked to Studio Mirror specifically, they had a lot of things going on, man. They were very organized, very talented. They had multiple floors of animators working there, and they were open to business. So a lot of things is right. Sometimes when you talk to these huge companies, you think that they're gonna be a little standoffish about hey, we already got this, that, and the other. We ain't got time for you. But nah, Studio Mirror was very open to business. They definitely saw the potential of working with Black Sands over the long term, right? And now we got to see if things line properly. I can't go too deep into the details, right? Because NDAs and everything else. But I'll just say this: it was a very productive conversation. We were there for over 2 hours, and I had to leave early because I had more meetings to go to. So I had to actually leave early. They wanted to do more with me and stuff, but I had to go. Right. So imagine if you're with the VP, if you're with the actual vice president of the entire corporation, right? And you're there for over 2 hours. It's a serious conversation. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, I'm going to be 100% real with you guys. This wouldn't have happened if I was with Kevin Hart. Don't come down. My daughter's coming out. She's about to do something. He said, but this would have never happened if I had done the Shark Tank deal. At the end of the day, the reason why we did business with Carl Reed is because he was a man of action, right? He's a man of action. He wants to make a show. He wants to get it out immediately, right? And because of that, he was able to go and make plays the second they were available, as opposed to, waiting for people to get finished with their own projects and their own movies and their own tours and everything else. It just wouldn't have happened, right? So that's why we kind of got to walked away from the Shark Tank deal, was because opportunities probably would have came forever from now, right? They might have never came, right? Whereas with Carl Reed, I know exactly what to look forward to. And think about it. We did the deal last month, right? So we did the deal for the anime last month. And then this month, I am literally in Studio Mir and all these other studios in Korea, the biggest studios on all this animated series and stuff like that. And I'm in there talking to them directly about Black Sands and what we're going to do together. That's real. That's authentic. That's a real milestone to actually be able to go in there and talk business and talk about actually getting this stuff. You know how many times I emailed Studio Mir over the years? It's embarrassing how many times I was ghosted by Studio Mir where I had emailed them, say, hey, I would like to get a quote on how much it would cost to do a season of Black Sands. And I was emailing them constantly for like since 2018. And then Carl calls them up, and it's just like that. It's over, just like that. Carl says, "Hey, Black Sands wants to come in. They want to tell you about their project, and let's see if we can do something together." And it happens. That's a partner I want. That's a partner I can rely on. You know what I mean? Like that's a real partnership, man. And I love it that it's a Black man doing this, man. I love it that it's a Black man getting all this stuff done, right? Because we know what we got to do. We ain't gonna care what Hollywood got to say. We know what we got to do as a community in order to make this hot, and we ain't gonna listen to them nonsense that everybody else be talking in the industry. So I'm pretty excited about that. We also have some webtoon opportunities out there in Korea, right? There's a lot of huge money to be made in Korea on webtoons. So we most likely will be expanding into webtoons in Korea with full translations of our content and everything else. That's going to be pretty amazing. And then what else? What else we got out there? Uh, oh yeah, video games. So allegedly, there's a lot of video game companies out there that can't wait to work with very popular IPs out here in the U.S. So we might be making some more video games besides the video game world we're working on out there. Who knows? You know what I mean? So it's pretty amazing stuff. I saw a lot of comments. Let me go and backtrack on some of these comments real quick. Right. And but at the same time, you guys can go ahead and start throwing questions down about the anime and I'll catch up to them. Right. Any questions you have about Korea, about the anime, about what's going on there, throw the questions in now. I'm going to check on these comments to go and just backtrack to see what I missed. And then we're going to go check on the investment round again. I already invested in the very beginning. Do I get an investment card? Yeah, if you already invested, you probably should have already got the emails. Did you do over 500? If you did 100 to 500 in the past, then you wouldn't qualify for the bronze, silver, or gold card. But, right, that just means you got to wait until the ruby cards are available because the ruby cards haven't been printed yet. There's like it's going to be 2 months from now. Oh, there you go. Darren. Hey, Darren, did you already order your cards? Because if you already ordered your cards, you should have been able to order two, right? You should have been able to order two gold cards. Did you already do that? I hope so. If not, just let me know. Hit me up in an email and I'll help you out, okay? Let's see. Keep them honest. Said I invested 7,000 dust since the beginning. The last one was $1,000. Uh, if you already invested $7,000 into Black Sands, you already qualify for the gold card. You just gotta let us know. Let us know what investment rounds you were in the email. So if you already ordered the silver cards, you probably already got the email, right? Let us know. We're gonna give you a new. For anybody who's like upgrading their tier from like a silver to a gold or a bronze to a silver or something like that. If you're upgrading your tier and you already got the cards from the initial tier, you just email us and we'll give you a brand new discount code and the link to the next cold card tier, right? That way we can upgrade you. You'll still be able to keep the old cards, right? You earned them, right? But you'll be able to get those new cards as well. Increase the gold says, thank you, True Monger. Appreciate you. How we get the cards? This is a great question, right? Uh let's see. How will you get the cards? It's very simple. In about 2 weeks to 3 weeks from now, we're gonna send you an email. I have everybody's email list, right? So we're gonna send you an email, and it's gonna tell you, "Hey, you qualify for this tier or whatever. Go and claim your card." Right? It's gonna have a link directly to the card that you're eligible for, and it's also going to give you a discount code. The discount code is going to be able to give you 100% discount on 2 cards. Right? So you can get up to 2 cards. Then you put your information in for where you want it shipped. And you pay for shipping. Shipping is like $7 or something like that. It gives you a tracking number and everything, so you can track your cards coming to you. At that point, you're good to go. You'll get your cards. If you have multiple investments and you need to combine them together to get to a higher tier than what the email says, just email us and we'll reply after we verified that your investments are in multiple forms, right? We'll verify it, and then we'll give you a link to the higher tier card. All right, so that's how it will work. In about 2 or 3 weeks, you'll get an email. You'll be able to claim your cards, have them shipped to you, and it only takes like 3 to 5 days for shipping. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We'll be able to invest into the anime. Okay, here's the question. Will we be able to invest in the anime? If so, is there an estimate on what the minimum investment might be? Well, the investment round for the anime is going to be much bigger. I mean, it's going to be a profit sharing round. Since it's a profit sharing round, I might make the minimum investment much higher, right? So originally it's like $100, but I might make it 500 just so I don't have as many investors, right? Because at the end of the day, when you have like a $100 tier, you have a lot of investors. You have like thousands and thousands of investors, right? But right, this is a profit sharing round. I have to actually pay people, right? So I want as little as possible to make the accounting kind of reasonable, make it simple, right? So it might be $500 the minimum investment, but we'll see. We'll see. It's subject to change. How many seasons of the anime? Well, Black Sands is written to be 8 seasons long. That's basically the full length of Black Sands as a whole. However, with that being said, the first season of Black Sands is going to break down like this. First 3 episodes are going to be done in 12 months. That's like a mini movie or a mini series. 3 episodes. 6 months after that, you're going to see the first 10 episodes, which is the halfway point of the first season. Then you have 3 more episode miniseries, followed by 10 episodes for the end of the season. So in reality, the first season is probably 26 episodes, and it'll start 12 months from now, and then be finished by 24 months from now. I mean, not 24, 30 months from now, right? So 2.5 years will be the whole cycle of the first season, right? But a lot of episodes. How will it work with applying a voice acting? Well, there will be no applications for the voice acting of the actual anime series. So the anime series is going to be done by professionals, right? Everything's professional. If you're a professional voice actor, you got to go through the normal means of, you know, applying to be a part of the Black Sands anime, right? It's very possible, right? You just got to be a professional. When it comes to the YouTube series, the motion comic series, everybody will be able to apply for that in about, I'd say, a month. A month from now, we'll start applications for the YouTube series, right? That's more my ballpark. That's what I have control over. I don't really have control over, like, hiring people for the actual anime. Will there be anime style changes? No. No, not really. Things might be a little more simplified, but it's going to be very close to what we have in the comics. Let's see. It's gonna be 2D. The anime is gonna be 2D. So that's a good question right there. When we did the trailer back in the day for Shark Tank and stuff, it was 3D, but we're doing 2D now. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Good question. Davis said he invested 2,000 in 2021, and then 800 yesterday. Yes, you qualify for the gold card. In fact, you probably should have already got an email for that. Can you check your emails for your WeFunder portfolio? So whatever your WeFunder portfolio is, check your email that's connected to that, right? And look for M. Godoy. Look for Black Sands, right? Because I'm pretty sure you should have already gotten an email from us saying claim your gold cards. Pretty sure. Right? If you were in that investment round back in 2021 for BSB Comics, you should have got that email. Mm. Okay. So, what are the financial benefits to the investor? Well, invested less than 500. Since that, I am willing to. Okay, the financial benefits is you are buying stock in our company. If we go public one day, right? If we go public one day, then you'll be able to sell your shares. You'll be able to sell your shares at the current valuation of the market. Right now, we have a $40 million valuation. After the anime drops, right? After the video games drop, if they are successful in any way, shape, or form, our valuation will skyrocket way past $100 million, right? And at that point, we might go public, we might not, it really depends. But if we do go public, you'll be able to sell your shares. And if you sell your shares, you'll be able to get a profit, right? Because the valuation and the stock price changes dramatically over time. So the original investors who invested back in 2020, the stock price was $1 for them. Now it's $7.17. So if they were capable of selling their shares today, they would have had a 7x return on their investment. Not too bad. So all I'm saying is, that's how it works. It's a long-term investment. You're buying shares in our company. If we go public in the future, you'll be able to sell your shares, and then you'll be able to make a profit. Let's see what else. What else? All right. So I think I caught up with most of the questions. Uh, uh, Blessed that I invested. Thank you so much. I'm going to check up on the investment round again. So now let's go look at that new Let's go look at what happened on the investment round, see if it changed. So let's go pull it up real quick. Boom, we're at 118,000, and let's see where we're at now. Boom, we're at $125,000. So that's amazing right there. So we moved up about $7,000 since we started talking. That's great. Like I said, 3 hours and 30 minutes though, man. We ain't got much time. But yeah, we're doing amazing things right now. This is pretty cool. I love the fact that you guys are here. There's a lot of new people here, so I'm gonna give you guys the link again. Remember, don't wait for the end of this meeting to invest or increase your investment. You don't have to, right? You can just do it right now, and it's always better to do it now than to wait. I will be honoring anybody who freaking goes over. So if you guys get to the next investment tier, right, you will get those new cards as well, even if you already had like cards in the past. I will get you those new cards as well. It's not a problem. Mm. Oh, this is a funny one right here. This comment's hysterical. I'm not sure your anime will be seen in Egypt, such as Cleopatra movie, but who cares anyway? Well, here's the trick about Egypt, right? I'm gonna be very slick about this, right? I'm gonna sell a lot of rights to the Middle East, right? And most Middle Easterners won't give a damn, right? They won't care at all about who's the Egyptians, right? But Egypt's kind of notoriously racist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow them in the license, right, to bastardize the series as much as they want in their country. All right. So they can't distribute it in any other country, but in their country, if they want to redo the animation, right, and spend their money to redraw things to make them look more Arab than black, that's their business. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. They do that a lot too. They do that a lot. They actually like edit animations and stuff to make it fit their whatever audience. They do that a lot in Egypt. So if they want to do that, let them have fun. Let them eat their cake. I don't care. They spending their money. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with me. They not my core customers anyway, and I already seen how they act. So, I'm gonna give them that opportunity. If they don't want to take it, that's on them. I'm not gonna lose my back off of what the heck they think. They always trolling people. Alex what says, do I get a card invested 108? Yes, you do. You get a Ruby tier card. Ruby tier card hasn't been printed yet, though. Thank you, man. Appreciate you too. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about the next phase. I think the next part of the conversation was going to be the video game series, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the video game series. And let me go check my phone real quick because I did invite some people into this live. Maybe they'll come on, maybe they won't. Let me see. All right, so I just got some word that maybe, perhaps, I don't know if he'll make it before we're done, right? But Carl Reed said he might stop in on the live. All right, so I gave him the link to the live. I also told my wife that she should come down and talk. She typically doesn't come down into these, but I think I'm gonna try to get her in here so you guys can talk to her as well. It's gonna be pretty cool. So I think the next thing we're talking about is the Black Sands video game series. So if you don't know about the Black Sands video game series, the one thing you need to understand is this. If you're a patron, right? So if you're a patron member, you guys, the guys who are subscribed on Patreon, one thing I want to tell you guys is read Sons of Nibiru. All right. If you haven't read Sons of Nibiru, you need to read Sons of Nibiru. It's a novel series that I made based off of the origins of the gods in Black Sands. And the video game series is based specifically on that story. So the origins of Ra, his young age, right? When he was born, that kind of thing. That's what you're getting with when you're talking about Black Sands. Let me see. Let me see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can get Jake in here real quick. Jake just texted me, so I'm gonna go see if I can pull him up here as well. That'd be pretty cool. If you don't know who Jake is basically a representative of WeFunder. He's been my account manager for like ever, so he knows a lot about the investment round, how it works, the rules of investing, and we might be able to pull him up too. So I'm gonna go and let him know real quick if he wants to hop in. It'd be good to have him here because he knows all about all this stuff and everything else. He's the one that's been helping me do this, and he also helped a whole bunch of other like black founders and stuff, get their campaigns on WeFunder. You know what I mean? So he knows about all the game, about all the investments, stuff like that. It'd be really cool to have him. If he wants to come on, he'll join, right? But the Black Sands anime, that's what I mean. The Black Sands RPG is gonna be based on Sons of Nibiru. It's like a Japanese RPG, all right? So if you remember Octopath Traveler, I don't know if you've ever played Octopath Traveler, but it has the same vibe as Octopath Traveler, Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail is actually really fucking popular. Like, did a lot of money. Like, they did an absurd amount of money doing a turn-based RPG, right? So we're gonna make one too, and it's gonna be featuring Ra, Petamak, Emisemi, Gilgamesh, right, and other characters as they like when they started off with Noon, right? So this is like it's gonna be one of those like mythical ages of the Black Sands universe, and it's gonna be freaking phenomenal. It's gonna be one of the funnest things I ever did. I'm a video game guy, so I've been making video games since freaking forever, right? And I always wanted to make a video game series out of Black Sands and just never had the opportunity. So now that we have so much investor capital coming in and we have so many opportunities, we started that production. So I already paid them for early stage development. They're going through it right now and making the story proper and making the gameplay mechanics necessary for it. And then I'm going to be hiring a studio to specifically do the art for it. We're trying to do 2D animated art that looks very much like an anime, right? We want to kind of keep it similar to what the show is going to be. So it's going to look really cool, really stylized. over the top. It's gonna be over the top animations and everything else because we want to have fun, man. We want to have fun and we want to make stuff very trendy for like social media. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be incredible. We will take voice acting for that. So people who want to be voice actors in the video game series, it's a great time to apply for those type of things. Uh, we never know. We might need some programmers. I'm not too sure. The studio is pretty legit, but if they need more manpower, we could always send that out to our patrons and stuff to go and try to get that manpower in for the video game production. And of course, we're obviously going to be giving you guys back behind the scenes information about the series, right? Because that's important. I think that's super important that we go ahead and we share as much information to you about how to make this video game, how to market, how to grow, how to do all these crazy things, right? Right? This is important for you guys because I don't believe Black Sands or me as like I should be the only one to ever succeed. I don't believe that. I believe that if you pay attention to what I'm doing and listen to the advice I'm giving, as far as the free advice I'm giving, as far as how to run the operation, how to market the operation, how to build a business, right? Then you can also do the same thing. There are too many people out there who want to do what I do, but won't even like listen to a single word I say about what are the absolute necessary things to do in order to make the company work, right? So they'll just wing it. Don't wing it, right? Listen to a person that knows what the hell they're doing. Don't just wing it. You know what I mean? I don't charge people for nothing. I've never charged people ever for advice on how to run a business, how to write a contract, right? How to find art. No, I never charge for that. It's always free. Why? Because I actually make money. A lot of these scammers, they don't make money, so they charge you for lessons because that's really how they make all their money. If you're really making money, you should never have to charge people to learn how to do things. If you want to share it, share it. If you don't want to, don't. Now, this is one of my people's, Canada. I don't understand why Canada got beef with investment rounds, but Canada does not like WeFunder, Start Engine, or any of them other platforms. Canada has rules specifically to stop investment. Sucks because I'll have a lot of Canadian fans. I have a lot of Canadian fans, and they get screwed over, man. Let's see. What's this question right here? Let me see. What is he talking about? Hi, Manuel. You're doing a great job. Will you find time to help sort out an extremely important issue that I have been trying to rectify for 3 years or so? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, bro? Hey, if we already invested, uh, if we already have a silver card, we just need to add an amount to total 2,000. Yes, you have to total 2,000, right? You don't have to add 2,000 more. You have to total 2,000. Okay. With that being said, give me all your money, right? Give me all your money. But no, all you gotta do is just get to 2,000, man. Oh, we got some people from Guam, man. What's up, man? I like Guam, man. I like my people over there in the islands. Oh, it's an interesting question about Korea. Yeah, so the flight was like 14 hours. It's a 14-hour flight, once you start going directly there. Uh, and the people were actually pretty cool, man. Korea's a nice place, man. They're very short though. I'll tell you this though. I don't mean short as in height. I mean like short as in conversation. They're quick. Like they have a New York quickness to how they respond to things, right? An answer will be in like 2 seconds. Like they don't have long sentences, long conversations, right? So you're like, you ask anything, you get an answer within like the answer is 2 seconds long. Right? There's no overdrawn conversations in Korea. It's very quick, very quick. You know what I mean? How can I pass this on to my nephew? Well, I don't think we like have like the best thing is to just put it in your will for the most part. Because at the end of the day, you can't really sell shares, right, or transfer shares until we go public, right? But if you have in your will, right, in worst case scenario, right, then legally they get ownership, regardless of what the hell the policy is in the company. You know what I mean? So, nope. Let's see. Please be open world. Open world, man. You know how expensive that is? We're gonna do it. We're gonna have maps though. We're gonna have maps you can go and explore. A lot of maps you can be able to go wherever you want in the video game series. However, I don't know about what you're talking about. Open world, man. I'm sorry, man. I try to keep the scope a little bit simple so we can like keep the budget around and actually finish it, right? Actually finish the game. I want to finish the game. I don't want to make projects that go on forever. I want to finish them. So yeah, we're definitely not going open world with infinite possibilities. Nah, we're just gonna keep it as simple as we can. Let's see. Let's see. Keep them honest. He said, I've been investing in Black Sand since May 5th, 2020. Invested multiple times, up to 7,000. Appreciate you, man. Just for clarity, this investment round is for the anime only, not stocks in the company. No, that's exact oppositely wrong, right? So this investment round that you're currently in, it is for Black Sands Entertainment stock. So it's the full corporation, everything. Like Black Sands Entertainment owns absolutely everything. So this is the main corporation. All right. This is the most important one, right? It's not the anime. The anime is a part of it because the Black Sands Entertainment owns the anime, right? But the whole point is this round is for stock in the Black Sands Entertainment Corporation. All right. So that's what this is. Now, I haven't seen it yet. The live action One Piece joint. Let's see. Okay, so let's go and check on the investment round again, and then I'm going to talk about the job opportunities. Right. So the next section we're going to be talking about is job opportunities with Black Sands, and like I said, I'm going to be here till about 10 o'clock at night. Right. I'm going to be on here for a long time. So if you have any questions at all about Black Sands Entertainment, right, or we might even have a little pitch competition. Who knows? Right. We might have a little pitch competition on what kind of stories we need to make, right? But we're gonna fill up that time because when we're doing these live sessions, people do their investments. People go out there and they make their investments and they increase in their investments because they're motivated, right? So we're gonna be out here. This is our last night. We literally have 3 hours left before the campaign ends. So I'm gonna try my hardest to do as much as I can for you guys during this time. Answer any questions you have during this time, right? Before I drive to Chicago. I believe you have my email address, mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment.com. mgodoy@blacksandsentertainment. Almost all our emails come from that email address, but that's my business email address. Is the game like Final Fantasy? I say the older Final Fantasies, yes. Right. But look up Octopath Traveler. When you get a chance, look up Octopath Traveler or Honkai Star Rail. It's a turn-based JRPG, right? And it's gonna have anime aesthetic, so it's gonna look like an anime, right? But it's basically it has the same combat system as Octopath Traveler, right? And an exploration system as Octopath Traveler. Same thing, same kind of exploration, same kind of quest, same kind of everything. The only difference is it's gonna be Black Sands and it's gonna look cooler because Octopath Traveler is pixel. It's a pixel art, and we're not doing pixel art. We're doing anime style. Let's go and check that investment round. Boom. Let's go look it up. $1,132,000. Really good job, guys. Really good job upgrading your investments. If you're new here, if you're new stepping into the live, you can invest at the link that I'm putting in the comment section right now. Go to the investment round and make your investment now. Then come back in here and hang out with us. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to be talking about all the opportunities in Black Sands that you can be a part of. And now, what we're going to be talking about is right now is the opportunities in Black Sands, right? We got all this investment money. What are we going to spend it on, right? So this is the part that we're going to be talking about. First, we are going to be investing in a novel division for Black Sands. So any new content that's coming to Black Sands will not be comic books. All right. We have comic book series. We did work with them. We did push their content, but we are not going to invest more money into comic books. The reason for that is very simple. Besides the comics that we already have greenlit, right? The reason for that is very simple. Costs too much money. Too many people have to work on it, right? Slower production. If we hire a bunch of novelists, if we hire a bunch of people who have the ability to write novels that are still based in the same stories, Black history before slavery, anti-colonial themes, then we can get a lot more novels done for a hell of a lot less money, right? And still be able to sell the product just fine. We sell a lot of novels. When we have them, we sell them. We have no problem selling novels. So the big problem becomes making content, right? Making content fast enough, making content consistently. So we're going to be investing in the novel division heavily, and creators, patron members, right, investors will be able to pitch their ideas to Black Sands to see if it gets greenlit or not. If it gets greenlit, we'll fund the production, right? We'll get you editors and yada yada yada, and you'll be able to actually publish titles under the Black Sands Entertainment brand. So that's one of the first opportunities you'll be able to get as an investor in Black Sands Entertainment. Additionally, voice actors. A lot of voice actors have signed up on Patreon specifically to be voice actors of the YouTube series for Black Sands. We are going to do episodes 7 through 10 of the Black Sands YouTube series. There will be voice acting opportunities for people to get those characters in the YouTube series. All right. So, and all the characters are up for grabs, including the main characters, Asar, Osset, Nabet, and Seth. All right. So they're all eligible to be cast. So if you're one of those voice actors who want to get one of those parts, it's a great time to be ready to get used to the actual content. Watch the first 6 episodes so you know what we're looking for, right? And then be able to apply when it opens. Additionally, we're also going to need a casting director for that process. So anybody who's done cast directing in the past, who knows how to manage a production when it comes to voice acting, it would be a great idea to apply early, to hit us up early, because we are looking to hire a casting director to handle this entire process. I don't want to have anything to do with the freaking, YouTube series. I just want to be able to give the content to the right people. They do the whole process, and I just pay the people. I pay everybody. That's it. So I pay all the voice actors. I pay the casting director. I pay the animation team, and then we make episodes 7 to 10 without me having to do anything really but cut checks. I think that's the best way to handle it. Also, sales opportunities. So we're going to be looking for a lot of educational sales representatives. All right. These are people who work in educational sales. We really want to expand aggressively into schools, libraries all across the United States. And that means we're going to need account, managers who can make accounts with all these different school administrators and leaders and everything else, so that we can get that ball rolling, right, and start actually getting massive distribution in schools. So we're going to be investing in that significantly. We're going to be investing a couple $100,000 into hiring those kind of people, right, in order to get them going and seeing if we can actually make some accounts go. That's going to be a huge opportunity for anybody who is very good at business to business sales, who has a long history in business to business sales, or who has a long history in education. So if you're one of those people who was a librarian for their entire life, then you know how to sell the librarians, right? You should know how to sell the librarians if you were a librarian. Right. So we want to get Black Sands to schools. It's going to be a huge initiative for us. And that's what we're going to do with that. Lastly, like I said, there's going to be some opportunities for programming and other crazy ideas when it comes to the video game productions. I would keep an eye on that. Right, I would keep an eye on that. But that's kind of like on a might happen, might not situation. So we're just gonna be looking for that and seeing if there are some new opportunities to come in that way. But yeah. Now, please, for this moment, go and add your questions. If you have questions about employment opportunities at all, right? Now's a good time to ask them. I'll be answering any questions relating to employment opportunities right now. So please go right ahead and leave those questions in the right. Yeah, up 7,000 more. Yeah, moved up by 7,000, right? Yeah, let's keep moving, man. This is great. I love the fact that it's moving so fast right now because, it gives us more wiggle room, right? Like at the end of the day, I need wiggle room to be able to basically grow and survive until the anime comes out, right? I'm all in on the anime. So the more we get tonight, the more we push as far as we can tonight, the more wiggle room I have to really like grow the company and play the long game, right? Because our job is to get to the anime while giving as little of our company away as possible, right? Because the less we give away, the more negotiating power we have later on. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited about these growth and the spurts and everything else. Is really just amazing. Hey, what's up, worldwide? Yeah, thank you so much, man. Another 1,000. Appreciate you. Will there be any Sony partnership in the near future? I have no freaking clue. What does Sony want to do with me? I don't know. Right? We'll see. I'm not saying no. Right? Sony. Maybe PlayStation might want some Black Sands. You never know. Do you sell any autographed copies of the comics? Oh, like once a year. Once a year, we do it most of the time, roughly around Christmas time. We do it, but signing books is kind of a hassle when you sell hundreds of thousands of them. You know what I mean? So we only do it once a year or so. So, what are the company's key competitive advantages? This is a pretty interesting question. So, our competitive advantage is this one, we're probably the only really successful brand in the edutainment space for Black people. So, a lot of brands in the Black community are not in edutainment, right? So, they'll be like superheroes or kids dolls or something like that. It'll be very like they're in a space that's very saturated, super saturated spaces. But when it comes to our company, especially focusing on Black history before slavery, we don't really have competition. There's no one else making the content that we make, nor making millions of dollars off of that content. So our competitive advantage is the simple fact that we have no competition. But it's also a disadvantage because that means that every single ounce of success we have, every single dollar that we gain, is a dollar that we have to create from a new market, right? I'm not going into the highly successful and highly lucrative Black history before slavery space, right? It doesn't exist. So every single foot that I plow in this field, right, is wild land. And I have to cultivate this wild land to grow this new field. Now, the great thing is, once I've done it, everybody has to follow my lead, right? Because they have no clue how to enter this space. I own this space. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a rush to the West. I'm owning everything that I find, but it's a very treacherous path. It's a very treacherous path. And that's really the biggest competitive advantage that we have over everybody else is that I'm the only one who's found success in this space. Thus, I own this space. And the more we take up, the more if the anime hits at all, it's all ours. Like no one will be able to compete with us because they have no clue how to enter this area. They don't know how to market it. They don't know how to reach the audience. They have no clue how to message to actually sell product to this fan base. They just don't know. They've avoided it so long. They have no clue how to actually compete. You know what I mean? So that's our advantage and disadvantage in this situation. One, we have no competition, but two, we have to work way harder to get a new dollar because it's from a brand new market. There's no market I'm tapping into. I have to create it from scratch. JD says, how does one sign up as a voice actor on Patreon? The best thing to do is look at our previous voice acting competitions. So if you go to our old post on Patreon, you'll see the older applications to our voice acting competitions when we had them. Because all the episodes you see on YouTube, they were all done by patrons. You know what I mean? So check out the old one, check out the rules and regulations we had in those. That's exactly what's going to happen again. Exactly what's going to happen again. All right, so just check on the old post and you'll see exactly what the process was. It was a multi-round application. Will there be any opportunities for social media influencers? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, I like working with social justice influencers. So any social justice influencers have always got the best bang for my buck, right? So when I pay social media influencer who's into social justice, I tend to get a lot of active like participation from their followers and their fan base and everything else. It's authentic, right? It's a social movement. So I like them. I'm not necessarily fans of social media. I mean, anime influencers, right, or comic influencers. They don't really do much for me, right? So that's what's up with that. You know. Yeah, ETA on those items as far as like the hardcover books, the anniversary editions, is we're in the middle or at the middle of chapter 15 and we got chapter 16 and then that's it. So once chapter 16 is done, we can print all 5 hardcover books and all 5 anniversary editions, sign them all, and then get them sent to you guys. So I'd say when's now? Middle of June. So I'd say early September. Right? Late August, early September. That's most likely where it's gonna land. And that's only because we gotta add 2 more months. So after everything's done digitally, 2 more months because you have to print them and then you gotta ship them to the United States from China. So takes a while from China. Let's see. What will be the criteria for lore masters? I don't really have lore master opportunities. Not too many lore master opportunities. We'll see. Right? But that's not something that I'm really actively recruiting for. You know what I mean? Like it's not something I'm actively recruiting for. Are you looking for anyone with business analytics or MBA skills outside of the creative roles? Yeah, I told you I'm looking for people specifically to help us sell to schools, right? So any of that business to business, skills and stuff like that, that's going to be very, very needed from our community, right? So we're gonna be hiring for that significantly. People can get promoted if they close a couple of accounts. They might get promoted into like a regional director, right? Very high paying job, but obviously you're making a lot of money for us. So hell, why not high paying job? But yeah, there are opportunities mostly in sales. Like, and this is not normal sales. It's not like you're calling people and saying, "Hey, would you like to buy Black Sands?" Nah, these are like you have to build relationships with like district level account managers and stuff, and they're out there, talking about their budget for 2023 and stuff like that. So you got to do a lot of there's a lot of relationship building when it comes to selling to schools. Stunt dummy, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. Black Side Entertainment. Will it be possible to have another investment round before the anime profit sharing round? Nope. Nope. Won't happen. There will be no investment rounds at all for Black Sand Entertainment, period. I don't think it won't happen again. I think we're done. Let's see. Any forward thinking about getting Black Sands aired on BET now that Tyler Perry owns the entire damn network? I'm not necessarily like shooting for it. Anime is not on BET, right? So it's not like there's a lot of like hardcore anime fans on BET, right? With that being said, really depends on how we're selling our distribution rights. Because if we're going wide with our distribution rights, where everybody can get Black Sands, then yeah, of course, add BET to the list, right? But if we get a deal where it's like an exclusive deal with like one network, right? Then that's that. You know what I mean? Obviously, the exclusive deals are a lot more valuable to us because they spend a lot more money in the marketing and also the budget they pay us. But you never know. You never know what'll happen. Let's see. If I can get your books into places without the degree, is the job still open? I'll definitely spread the word in Boston, Massachusetts, and help sales. Yeah. So the main thing is you don't need a degree to do anything in Black Sands. Like we don't look for that. We want to know if you can get accounts. So most of the time, like for instance, how this job is going to work as far as like the people who are going to be account managers for Black Sands is you're rich initially just to prove that you can work with us. You're initially going to go out there, find us a couple of key decision makers, and build some relationships with them. All right. We have to have proof that you can build relationships with people who can actually make the purchase. You know what I mean? Because this stuff sucks. Like it's like once every like three, like they do like three purchases a year, right? They get budget three times a year. So you have to build those relationships. So when that budget comes around, they're like, hey, we got some budget in. We want to buy $20,000 worth of Black Sands, you got to build that early. You can't be coming in right when they already got their budget because it's not going to work. So we want to see who can actually build a Rolodex in their region, right? If you're in Boston, then getting a Rolodex in Boston and the surrounding areas, right? Getting those key decision makers and getting them friendly, getting them ready to go for Black Sands. That's people I'm like, okay, we're hiring you to make sure that you can fulfill those opportunities. And then when you get those opportunities, you get a percentage of those sales, right? As well. And if you get enough sales in a whole region, I mean, in an area, we might decide that you're good enough to manage other people, right? And then you become a regional director, right? And that's a hell of a lot of pay. So that's how it works. No degree necessary. Let's see. You didn't. The dog's like still down there. Yeah, you gonna put them upstairs or no? They barking. I keep hearing them bark. All right. My queen and I invested a few days ago, and I'm excited and impressed with you guys and the strategy system and the humbleness I'll have. I'm honored to be a part of this history. Big ups. That's the first time I've been called humble in a while. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. everybody, everybody always calling me arrogant. So thank you so much for calling me humble. I feel like I'm humble. You know why? You know why I feel like I'm humble? Because I'm reachable. I'm reachable. I'm a regular person. I'm not up and mighty. I've done millions of dollars in sales, but I'm not an asshole, right? I talk to you and I talk about business. And if you're doing good, I try to make you do better, right? I go and give you as much advice as I can if I feel like you're on the right path in life and you're actually putting in the effort. You know what I mean? Very reachable, very, very, very realistic, right? And I think that's my humble qualities, right? But as far as like, a lot of people, they praise people, for being liars. You know, There's a lot of people who act humble, but they're lying their asses off. You know what I mean? Like they promise stuff that's impossible, right? They always gas people up, telling them things that they shouldn't tell them, and then they end up making decisions they shouldn't make because they got it from somebody who they think knows what they're talking about, right? For me, I'm the first one to tell you that that's going to fail, right? Why? Because I've had plenty of things in my life that has failed, right? And I don't run away from it and be like, oh, I can't tell people that I failed in this because I'll look like somebody who's fallible. Nah, fuck that, man. I'm a CEO. I have to be able to let you guys know, right? When something doesn't work, to kill it. And when something does work, to double down, right? And I feel like that's what I bring to the Black community as a whole, right? Not just my investors, not just my fans, but to the Black community as a whole. Some of the things that I'm teaching out here are the real grind, right? And that's why I've always been a big believer in not trying to gas y'all up with stuff that's like that could potentially be good, right? Because I don't like potential. I don't like potential. I like proven facts, right? So I appreciate you guys for supporting me, right? And I appreciate you guys for seeing through a lot of the talk, the yapping that's been going on social media about Black Sands, right? Because they always talk about Black Sands in some kind of way, right? And it's great to know that you guys are looking at the results. Y'all looking at the resume and saying, "Nah, this guy's doing what he's doing right. He's doing right by us," because that's all I'm trying to do. Trying to do right by you guys because guess what? When I do right by you guys, this happens, right? I don't get millions of dollars in investments if I'm a bad guy, right? I don't get investors who invested in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I don't get that consistent amount of people just coming in and investing again and again and again unless I'm doing right by my people. You know what I mean? And nobody else is even close to being able to do the stuff that we have done here as a team, as a community. And that's why I feel like you must always do right for your people and don't betray them. Don't try to change it up when you're famous. You know how many people pull that crap all the time? You know how many people get it to Hollywood and the second they get there, they go and divorce their wife. They go out there and try to upgrade their entire life and leave all their fans in the past and say, "Oh, no, I got to do new things." Do it. The people do it all the time. They switch up immediately the second they make it. They say, "I'm in a new group. I have to be a new person." I'm a big believer in no new fans, no new investors, no new nothing. I am all about the past. I'm a big believer in nepotism. I will 100% hand down opportunities to my investors, to my patrons, to my customers before I ever give it to a very qualified individual who's not one of those things. Period. You know what I mean? The hell I'm doing publishing somebody's book because they're good. I don't give a damn. So make it your damn self. I'm gonna publish people who are actually a part of our community for years and years. That's the people I'm gonna give out publishing opportunities to, even if they're not as good as the person who applied, who's not from our community. Sorry, it's not how it works with me. I'm loyal to my people until the day I die, because that's the only reason why I'm here in the first place. Because of our community investing in me, believing in me, and holding it down when everybody was trying to take out Black Sands. Hell yeah. All right, so let's go let's go move on. So let's see here. We did this, blah blah blah. We did this. I did all these. Start taking deal fell through, blah, blah, blah. It's confidence. Mm. Hey, this is the energy we need to have for everybody. I don't care what anyone says, right? This is why I love $100 investors just as much as I love my $10,000 investors. All right, but if you're a $10,000 investor, don't take that great as a grain of salt. But basically, like I just that's why everybody's getting a card, no matter if you invested $100 or 10,000. You're getting a card because the card means you're part of the Black Sands family. That's what it truly means. It's proof, physical evidence that you were here before we were famous, that you were actually doing something when everybody else was complaining about change. You were actually a part of that change. So that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing as a community. And I appreciate you guys. No matter how much you invest, the fact of the matter is you're part of the community that's actually making a difference in this world. Not crying about change. We don't need no crying about change. We're just gonna make change. You know what I mean? Let's see. So let's check on the campaign. I haven't refreshed it, so let me go and refresh it real quick. Oh, look at that. We went up by 11,000. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, we went up by 11,000 since the last time I checked it. Giselle is here. Giselle said she wants to talk to you guys for a little bit. So I'm gonna give her the screen. Feel free to go and ask any questions. I'll be moderating the question section. But she's a little tired. We just got off this trip, so But she said she had to talk to y'all on this last day, right? This is the last investment round, so I'm gonna give it to her.
All right, all right. So the Black Sands We Funder campaign is looking great. I just want to say thank you all to our loyal investors. We appreciate it so much for your support. You guys been with us through thick and thin, and we really, really, really appreciate you guys. I'm very excited for the next steps for Black Sands. We have a lot of great things in store. Like Manuel said earlier, we went to Seoul, Korea. We had a meeting with Studio Mir with the vice president, the VP, which was really, really amazing. He said a lot of great things. He was very interested in the project for Black Sands. So, yeah, we got a lot of great things going for us. And we always want to share that good news with you guys, because like you said, you guys are like family to us. So it's a lot of great things in store. So very excited, very excited. And the campaign is at what? 143,000?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow. Wow, 100 and where? Yes, 100. I'm sorry, 1,143,372. This is incredible. And without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are. So I'm very, very excited, guys. I'm very excited.
So
This is
Giselle,
yes.
you're basically gonna be in charge. He said, so Giselle, you're basically going to be in charge of educational sales for Black Sands, right? You already did that before. You've worked on it for years. Uh, First, tell them about the experience you had to make your $35,000 sale in Birmingham, Alabama, right? So one sale, $35,000, and then also talk to them about what you're looking for in the people that you're planning on hiring to do this kind of work.
So the sales for Birmingham, Alabama, I was able to connect with the acquisition personnel. She's over making large purchases, so that was great. And when she first saw Black Sands, she immediately fell in love with it. And I was able to um, just go and present the book to her, tell her what Black Sands is all about, and I was able to convince her to purchase $37,000 worth of books, which was a hard task, but I got it done. Didn't give up. So what we are looking for, as far as candidates for hiring, um, like you said, you don't have to have a degree. That doesn't matter as long as you have experience in selling, um, opening large accounts, making big purchases for the school district. Um, what else? And being just a motivated and outstanding person,
A people
that
person.
yeah, a people person, somebody who can really sell and get somebody to believe in the Black Sands books. Yep. So, like I said, no degree, because I know most jobs want you to have a degree, but that's not required for us. So yeah, can't wait to receive you guys' resumes so I can look over them and see who's the best um, qualified candidate for this position.
Mhm.
So stay tuned for that very soon. We will be accepting applications very soon.
Now, Giselle, what are the actual requirements they're required to even sell in schools? Like they have a list. So, what were the things that we had to do just to be eligible to even sell?
Yes. So you have to make sure you have a big distributor, like we have PGW, which is Publishers Group West. You have to have a big distributor because they like to mostly buy their books from distributors. Also, have a lot of great reviews on your book. So they want you to have like Kirkus reviews or some kind of high quality, top notch review from a well known source. So that's always great. What else? What else? Of course, just being linked in into the educational system. That's very, very important. Linked in into the educational system, doing what is it called? Professional development. That's
Yep.
where you go and present the titles to the educational staff, let them know what it's about, how it helps young readers to see themselves represented positive in the books. And yeah, so that's another important aspect.
Mhm.
And what else? Hmm.
You have to know your target age range
Yes, you have to.
in a
Oh
tight
yeah,
way.
the book has to be um, graded and leveled, which is a system where they use to go through the reading level. They grade it by whatever the reading level of that book is. So yes, it's a lot of detailed things that goes into as far as being able to pitch and convince the educational system to buy your books. And some of them only want to buy from like um what is that place? What is it called?
There's certain vendors, right?
Yeah, certain vendors like Follett.
Hmm.
Some people only want to buy from Follett. They don't want to buy directly from Black Sands. Follett. Who else? There's other vendors. Ingram. Some people only want to buy through Ingram. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work that goes into it. But like I said, we are very excited to receive your resume to see who's the next best candidate for this position.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Let me you can slide over a little bit. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's the reality of what's going on with this, man. We got a lot of opportunities, as you can see. I don't want to do all the work. I can't stand it. Giselle, she handles a lot of the financial stuff in our company, and also educational sales. Educational sales is a pain in the ass, right? It's like it's so much politicking and everything else. You really like, so that's why I say people, right? Because you're gonna be politicking. You're gonna be talking about how, oh yeah, well, just the other day we were talking about this new educational system, and it was failing in this particular district because they were doing this, this, and this. But we know your district's way more improved than this. You gotta be yapping a lot, right? So I'm pretty excited about that, because if we do handle it well, we're gonna have a lot of consistent sales, right? Consistent sales. And I really appreciate those kind of things. So that's what we're looking for in the future. Uh, we're both going to be taking questions, so feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We'll pull them up, and let's just go through it. So let's see. DeAndre Mosley said, "Let the haters hate. Black Sands family will continue to be great." That's
Somebody
true.
said way outdid Kevin's offer. Gotta love that Shark Tank exposure. Yeah, the Shark Tank
That's
exposure was
it.
amazing. It was amazing.
DeAndre, somebody said, "I'll be a patron again next month." Yo, it's okay, man. I see
Yeah.
people all the time. They dip out of patron every now and then. Hey, it's a consistent subscription, so it's hard to hold that forever, right?
Oh,
So I
yeah.
appreciate you guys. Whenever you sign back up, if you can go to a lower tier. That's
Mhm.
fine. It don't matter to me, right? Just be a part of the community. It's cool.
Somebody asked, would there be a media press kit for the educational sales associates? Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We're gonna train you.
Mhm.
We're gonna train you. All right. We're gonna first throw you into the fire and just see if you can get a couple accounts. But once you get a couple accounts and we see that you have the capability of building any kind of relationship at all locally, then we're gonna start training you on how to actually sell. You know what I mean? Hey Giselle, guess what? You're a gem.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's a good statement. We do have some curriculum level stuff, right? And we're going to build on that as more demand comes in. We don't want to go overboard in creating content too fast, but as demand increases, we will increase in educational value. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. Yeah, we're definitely going to build curriculum and stuff later on, just not immediately. We want to first get a lot more sales in this space before we start investing a lot of time and resources into something. You know what I mean? Giselle.
Are you focused on any public school exclusively? Um, Not really. Not really. It'll be great if we can get like, um,
Just
oh,
talk
you
to the
can't
mic.
hear me.
Yeah.
Like we already got Birmingham, Alabama, school accounts. We are trying to work on New York City. They've been a little hard to get. So if you guys know any contacts at the New York Public School District, that'll be great. What else? A few people from Georgia has bought our books from the school district.
And I think some charter schools, right? They have like entire chains, right, of charter schools and private schools. So we got no problem with working with organizations, right? We just don't want to work on really small institutions, right? Because like if you sell like 20 books, right, but you spent like 2 months, 3 months trying to sell that 20 books, that sucks. You know what I mean? So when we try to sell at a district level or with like multiple schools and stuff like that,
Or even
right?
like early childhood centers. Like that
Yeah.
can be a good one. Yeah.
I don't think my books are for early childhood centers, but yeah.
Well,
Let's see. But we're already selling directly to consumers. So we sell a lot of product. Like I said, we've done $3 million in sales. The problem is, right? Everything costs money. Everything costs money when you're selling directly to consumers. You got to pay for ads and pay for this. Just a lot of overhead, and ads have actually dropped significantly in efficiency over the years. So schools, right? I want to be like scholastics. I want to every 4 months or so, I want schools to be like, hey, we put a pre-order in for 20,000 books in our district, right? And it happens. It happens with scholastics all the time. I want them to be just doing that. Just hey, we want to get the next set, right? What's the next set coming in? Boom. And they just put the order in and it's automatic. We don't have to pay for it. We don't have to constantly, all we got to do is every now and then go there and have dinner, right? And say, hey, everybody's doing good over here. How's the books been doing for your kids? Oh, the kids love it. Absolutely amazing, man. Can't wait for the next, when our budget comes in, we're going to get more. We want that kind of energy to be happening all across the United States. It spreads like wildfire, but it's very slow to start. So that's the problem with educational sales. Extremely hard to get in, but once you're in like forever. Right? These staff don't change. There's no new librarian for like 60 years. Like these people never retire because it's a great job. So once they're in forever. And if they like your stuff, you'd expect every time their budget comes in, your books are coming into their library, period. Mm.
did the children? They didn't want to leave Korea. The kids, they really enjoyed the trip to Korea. They met a lot of friends. They're very friendly kids, so they met a lot of friends in Korea, and they did not want to leave. They was like, when can we just pack up our stuff and just go move there?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they had a good time.
So I said, will you ever take the company public? And the answer is eventually, yes. Eventually, not forever. I won't keep it public and then stay public for all eternity. Nah. If I go public, I'm going public so the investors can offload their investment, right? So you can go out there and sell your shares, finally get that return on investment for you guys. I'll keep it open for like 1 or 2 years, right? At the market, do their thing. And then I'm gonna go bring it back private again. Just like how Elon Musk took Twitter off the market, right? You know how he did that, right? I hate him too, by the way. But I'm just saying what he did was he took a public company and took it off the market, made it private, right? You can do that when you're in charge. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're probably gonna take them off the market after about a couple of years, right? Because I don't want nobody in Wall Street trying to manipulate the price of Black Sands, right? Trying to manipulate the stock of Black Sands, betting against Black Sands because they're bullshit computer systems, right? Oh, well, I believe that Black Sands won't be successful. And then all the hedge funds are like, well, if this person believes it, then it clearly must be true. And then all of a sudden you start getting market manipulated, right? Not going to happen with Black Sands. I give them 1 to 2 years, let people offload their stock, and then I'm going to take it back private. You're not going to manipulate the numbers of Black Sands. We're just going to drop bangers on you for billions of dollars. That's what we're going to do. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Giselle. Explain to him. He asking about the investment minimums, medians, and high points.
Oh yes. So the minimum that you can invest is $100, and the highest is what? Anything they that you want to invest. We had the highest so far. I think it was
Yeah,
$17,000.
17,000.
Yes. Yes. So yes. What else we have?
Oh, and just let you know, just because we said the highest was 17,000, most people are regulated by the government. So you're
Mhm.
gonna probably have like a max. If you're not an accredited investor, you're probably gonna have a max of $2,500 to $5,000. Probably the max. The government doesn't allow you to invest more than that a year. So just heads up.
She said, I've noticed that many kids don't even carry school books anymore. Do you think that might affect the future of hardback book sales? Will digital content be more viable in the future? I don't think so because
I hate digital.
a lot of the educators said kids, you know, love to just actually just hold the book in their hand and just read it, especially if they see something that represent them. And they always are asking us if we have hardcover books. And I don't think the digital will replace the hardback books. I really don't think so.
And I wanna say something that's pretty interesting about this whole thing. So a lot of our investors don't understand what we're in, right? What business we're in. So we're in the edutainment space,
Mhm.
right? And we are a luxury brand, right? So think of it this way: is Gucci a purse brand or is it a luxury brand? It's not a purse brand. You can get purses from Walmart, right? Right. So purses, there's companies out there do purses all the time. This is what they do, right? But Gucci, it's a luxury brand. It's a lifestyle. You put
Mhm.
Gucci on something because it's a lifestyle, right? Black Sands is a lifestyle brand. People are not investing thousands of dollars into a comic book.
Mm.
They're investing into a lifestyle. People don't watch the shows on YouTube exclusively because it's a good story. They do it because it's a lifestyle. The reason why social media platforms that I have on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, go viral all the time for social media stuff, for social impact stuff, because the lifestyle is what the fans agree on. Unapologetic, black content about our history, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Therefore, if I make a book, if I make a video game, if I make an anime, if I make a novel, they all sell. They all
Yeah.
sell. Why? Because it's not the book, it's not the comic, it's not the anime, it's not the show, it's not the shirt, it's the lifestyle. Black Sands is a luxury brand. Black Sands is a edutainment brand. That's what we do. And as you notice, we're probably more expensive than everybody else too, right? You can go to our store and spend $300 online to buy the books. You think you buy $300 worth of books from anybody else? No, they're not even going to price anywhere near what we price. But people don't care so much about our prices when they know the product quality is so high. The hardcover book is a library bound hardcover book. It's like super freaking durable and highly like we make everything over the top and
Mhm.
professional and our because we're a luxury brand. So that's all I'm saying about that. When it comes to product and will people buy this, they spend more on us than anyone else because we are a luxury brand. And they know that when they own that Black Sands in their hand, when they show this, when they show that Black Sands gold tier card, luxury. And they say, I'm a part of something bigger than me. I'm a part of a luxury brand. All right. All right, I'll figure that out. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, this is actually something that I don't feel as a problem. Giselle, when you talk to librarians, especially on the East Coast,
Mhm.
a lot of them look like us, don't they?
Oh, of course.
The decision makers, they
The
actually
decision
they black.
makers, yes, they are black.
Don't think that. Don't think
Mhm.
that. Don't think that. It's overwhelmingly white in certain
Mm-mm.
places. Yes, but the problem with America is in America, racism is very strong in the public sector. And you know what that means? Public schools are ran by black people because
That's true.
all the white people went to private schools.
That's very
so
true.
so
Yeah.
the people in charge of the ordering, when they get mad about this, that's why they always try to cut public school funding,
Mhm.
because the people who are making the decisions on what books to come into the district are all black.
Yeah. So the one that I was dealing with, the young lady that I was dealing with in Birmingham, Alabama school district, she's black.
And everybody black
Yeah.
there, like literally
Yeah.
everybody from top to the bottom
Hmm.
black.
And I know the key decision makers for New York is black.
So
Oh,
so
Latino.
so you got to understand this. This is like we don't have to change anything for public schools. Maybe
Mhm.
private schools, yes, but public schools, we could just eat off the places where we run. And then the
Mhm.
super liberal people, right? The super liberal white people, they love black sass too.
Oh, they do.
So we don't got to do that. But they probably more amped up than everybody else. They're like, oh yes, our kids need this, right? So that's all I'm saying about that. We don't got to change up much. There's a lot of people like us in charge, right? They just never had the opportunity to buy in such a massive amount, right? Most of the time when they see black people make books, they don't really have but like maybe 10 books they could sell, like 10
Mhm.
books, or I could sell you 20 books,
Mhm.
right? That's all I got. We're like, you can buy literally 10,000 from us today and we'll get it to you tomorrow.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. Let's
Yeah.
go. Right. So that's how I feel about
Yeah.
that. Hey, let's go and check on the investment round. Giselle, if you have to go, you can. That's fine. I'm gonna stick around
Oh,
and
you have
ask
a
a couple
question.
more questions. And then we got like 30 minutes and then we're done.
Yep. We are done.
So we're about to
Oh,
cross
wow.
$150,000
Wow.
right now,
Yes.
man. We're about to cross $150,000.
Wow.
Appreciate you guys. Hey, I'm gonna give you guys the link in the chat. So if you just joined us, feel free to go to the investment round and claim your stock. Not only should you claim your stock, but also, if you already invested, then up your investment, right? Go and get to that next tier.
Mhm.
That's where it's at. We got a lot of comments here from some people. I just want to catch up on them. Let's see. Mm, what the heck is Maury doing?
Oh, I have no clue.
Maury trolling again. When are we getting a live action for Black Sands? That's not on the cards right now, but it'll happen in the future eventually. One day. One day. Oh, look at that. So Parallax. So you started at 500, huh? You did 500 and then you increased it to about 2,000. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. You get the bronze and the gold. That's what I'm
That's
talking
awesome.
about. Oh, we're gonna work on this very immediately. Like
Mhm.
New Jersey is actually really big on Black history in general. I think they're one of the only states that have mandatory like Black history like in their curriculum, like period. And I'm not talking about the simple stuff like civil rights and stuff. I'm talking about like African history. That was mandatory in New Jersey. And the crazy thing is, it was a white mayor. It was a white governor that decided to do it. He was like, nah, we're gonna do mandatory Black history. Screw DeSantis. That's exactly how he said it too. He was like, mandatory Black history in this state. Screw DeSantis. So it's a political fight right now between the hardcore bigots in the South, right, and the people up north. So it's a great opportunity to grow as much as you can in these places while they're in the fight, right? They're in the fight right now. They want to make bold decisions. So this is a great time to go and get Black Sands in if we can. Yo, Ultimo 2K, thank you so much, man. Double the investment. That's the energy right there. When are the tier cards going out? So they already went out for the older investors, but the newer investors, you should get it about 2 to 3 weeks from now. You should get an email. Okay. So just check those emails and we'll be able to help you out. Oh, yeah. 1.15 million. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's a lot, boy. Okay. Uh, After the animation and the video games are done, what's the plan for BSC long term? Well, I would say this, right? And this is my personal take on it. Uh, the idea is to be a licensing and merchandising juggernaut, right? So we want the anime to do good so we can have a beautiful commercial that goes out there and just gets new people interested in the series. And as that happens, we start getting licensing and merchandising deals, which is really where the money comes in, including video games. So I don't want to make any more video games after the first, right? After the first game, I want to show the world that, man, when you make video games with Black Sands, look how much money you can generate. And then people are going to start calling me saying, hey, I want to make an RPG. I want to make a card game. I want to make a fighting game based off of Black Sands. And I'll be like, great, give me 30% up front, right? And then once you break even, give me 30% on the back end. So you got to pay me for the license up front just to even make a game. And then you pay me 30% after you break even. You pay me an additional 30% of whatever's made at the end as the franchise fee. You can go out there and make a game off of my video, off of my series. That's the future of Black Sands. Let people make whatever the hell they want with my brand, so long as they pay me and so long as they conform to our policies on how you can make our story, right? We don't want you bastardizing our show or changing things or adding some agenda into it. You have to follow our rules and guidelines to be part of our brand, right? And you got to pay us. Paul Shepard asked, how much we'd be looking to raise from the investors to cover our portion of the animation, whatever Carl Reed is putting in. So I don't know yet, right? So if he comes up with a number saying, hey, I'm doing 1.5 million, right? We got to match it. We got to match it because we want half, right? Investors, do we want half? Do we want half of the profits or do we not want half the profits? Because if he puts 1.5 million in, we got to put 1.5 billion in so we get our freaking half. You understand? I think that's the best way to handle things. Always take your half. Don't let nobody run away with your money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't lazy investors. That's one thing about our community is we're not lazy. We don't expect people to just hand us stuff. We pay our fair share so that we get our fair share. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to match whatever the hell they do. We're going to do it too. Mosley, that's what I'm talking about. How do I know if I've already invested? My investment has not been deducted from my account. Just check your portfolio. Check your portfolio. It'll say either pending or whatever or completed. Your portfolio will tell you what you've done. On WeFunder, go to wefunder.com/portfolio. Here's a testimony. I'm happy I invested in the company. I want to see stories before slavery, the great kings and queens we are. Thank you for the opportunity to invest before it was too late. I've been trying to for years. There you go, man. Sometimes that Instagram algorithm and TikTok algorithm will hide us to the very end. But you're in. And you're in right at the right time because this is the last one. So, hey,
last one.
You got in.
One, yes.
Someone say met us in Dallas, probably at DreamCon, most likely. If we were at Dallas, it was probably DreamCon, one of the first DreamCons they ever had. So yeah, what up, man? Let's see. I invested. Oh yeah, so Terrence Hinton. So yes, if your investment isn't over $500 in total, then you didn't get a card yet. The Ruby cards come out in like a couple of months. It's the lowest tier card, and it's so many we have to print. We have to print like thousands of them. So we're not printing them early, right? It's like I'm just waiting for everybody to be done. And then we're going to print the Ruby cards for all the investors who are under $500. Someone said 50-50. Let's go. That's it, right? Right? Match it, man. We're a community. This is the thing too. Carl Reed really believes in my vision. All right. So Carl Reed, it's great to have a partner who actually gives a shit about facts, right? You could say all this stuff. You could say you've raised millions of dollars through fans and all this other stuff, and you've done millions of dollars of sales. And you know what Hollywood will say? Well, great. Now we're here, so we're gonna fund everything ourselves, and you're gonna follow our rules, right? Carl's like, look, if the fans are there, if they're already making these plays, let's do whatever we can to keep them engaged. Let's do whatever we can to keep them in the game. So he has no problem with Black Sands being literally matching with them to get half of the investor pool. And then on top of that, any future productions. So if we do future shows, future deals, Cosmic Girls, Maury's Family Adventures, freaking Lions Game, whatever. If we're greenlighting it, most likely you guys will be able to invest half as well forever, because that's the way Carl Reed sees our community, as a community that has to be a part of it, has to be a part of the solution, right? We could get the money from Hollywood, but we don't fucking want to. You know what I mean? It's like, because that means we have to listen to them, those losers, those those jerks who want to turn a SAR into a freaking eagle for 90% of the movie because it'll be more marketable, right? Who decided a teenage story about war should be a 5-year-old story about plushy dolls because it'll get more traction in European markets if we make the story like that. And then you won't have any choice because you sold the rights for that money. So they want to change it, they can change it. It's not going to be me, right? So match it. Let's see. So in real life, 100% you could trust the process when it comes to WeFunder, as long as you're investing on WeFunder. It is a government regulated website. All right, this is government regulated stuff. Okay. In fact, I just talked to my boy over at WeFunder, and he was like, "I can't get on the video with you tonight, man. Yeah. Legally, we can't do it." Yeah. So they have very strict guidelines on how they can present themselves, how they can take your money and whatever. All that information is regulated by the SEC. You're good to go. Don't worry about any leaks, all right? Because they're gonna ask for everything. They're gonna ask for your social and everything, because you're legally like the owner of those stock. You know, this ain't no loan or anything. Can you show us how to claim your stock? Yeah, sure. Why not? So here's what you do, right? First, you go to the investment round, wefunder.com/Black Sands Entertainment. And then you click this button right here, invest on the right. So you click that button, boom. It's going to ask you a couple of questions. It's going to say, hey, investment round, what do you want to do? 100 or all the way up to 2,000? You can go higher, but 2,000 is the final gold card, right, for the perks. You can choose any method. You can choose the methods as bank account. You can say, hey, I want to do a bank account, or you can do credit card if you want to do a credit card or debit or whatever. You can do WeFunder Cash or Google Pay. They're gonna give you a whole bunch of legal like disclaimers. You can read all this stuff. The important ones is this one: annual investment limit. So annual investment limit is basically what the government's gonna basically max you out at. So it's gonna tell you right away, like how much. They're gonna ask you questions like, how much do you make a year, and what's your salary? And they're doing that to protect you, because they don't want you to invest like 10% of or 20% of your entire year's income into a company that might not succeed, right? So just keep attention to your annual investment limit. And then once you're done, you just gotta complete your investment, and then they're gonna ask you even more questions after this, right? But the whole point is that's how the process works. So just click that button, you'll be good to go. Let me refresh it too while I'm out of here. Oh, nothing changed. All right. So yeah, that's how it works. I didn't even press the share button. My bad.
Oh, you didn't press the share. Oh no.
I didn't show you. I'll show you again real quick. My bad. I didn't press the share button. So the big red button on the right side on your mobile device will be in the middle of the screen. You click that. It'll take you here. You're gonna put your investment amount, however much you want to invest. You can go all the way up to 2,000 for the actual tiers, right? However, after 2,000, you can still go higher if you like. It tells you all the details on the right, including the Form C, the contracts, and everything else. It has an FAQ here, like when will I get charged? You'll be charged when you initially make the investment, right? All this stuff, all the good stuff. You have options here like bank account, credit card, Google Pay, WeFunder Cash. They have a whole bunch of legal like things that you should probably read, right? As far as like the rules and regulations. And then after that, you'll hit pay. And then after you pay, they're gonna ask you even more questions. And it's just gonna be it's all about learning what to do, right? So that's basically what's going on right now. All right, let's see.
Are you still? Oh,
Answer this one.
oh. Are you still in partnership with Kevin Hart? And the answer is no. No, we are not in partnership with Kevin Hart anymore. The terms was just we couldn't do it. Didn't want to let our investors down. Like Kevin Hart and his team, they couldn't accept um, unaccredited investors. And we was like, but we want to keep our investors. They helped us from the beginning, so we didn't want to give up our investors. So that partnership is no longer existing.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Ogun. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. 120. Get it. Can I still invest from the UK? Absolutely. In fact, here's the link. I'm gonna give you guys the link again for any new people who just came in. Here's the link to the investment round, wefunder.com/ Black Sands Entertainment. Yep. You know what? I'm really happy that you guys will reward me for my time, man. Because when I'm beyond here, I've been working my ass off, I losing my voice, but I know that it was worth it because you guys always like put the power in for me, man. Whenever I get on live, I put it. They give me like $50,000 or so in investment. You guys really make it like my time is very valuable to you guys, and I appreciate it so much. That's why I try to give you as much time as I can, even when I'm not raising capital. I'm still here trying to talk to you guys because I know that this level of like relationship, it's impossible. I've seen people have 10,000 people right there. 10,000 people in the video. They're like, oh, we got 10,000 people in the live stream. They can't raise but $5,000. You know what I mean? But they got 10,000 people in the crowd, right? I'm not entertaining you guys. I'm leading you guys. And you guys are very strong soldiers. You guys know that the fight is there, and that's why you guys take action. And we are the best at doing what we do, which is take action, take the field, move on to the next battle, right? That's our job. Move on to the next battle, conquer our foes, and keep going until we have Black history before slavery for everybody. You know what I mean? Know what you're saying, Giselle?
Oh, I was laughing at this comment.
Oh.
That's true.
All right, so we're about to close it up. We got less than 10 minutes here. We've had an amazing night. It's been an incredible night. If you haven't invested yet, or if you need to increase your investment to get to that next investment card, this is the time to do it. All right, get you a gold card, man. Don't you want to have this in the future? You know how cool this is gonna be for you, regardless of who you are. You know, if you married, you can be that power couple in the golf club talking about, yep, back in the day, I got me some gold cards. Now I'm golfing in Malibu. Right? Right? He said, or you could be that single person that's like, hey, baby, you know, I invested in Black Sands. And they're gonna be like, what, you invested in Black Sands? Yeah, look at this. Oh man, I'm gonna marry you one day. That is that easy. Yeah, but real talk though, I think about it for real. People in the future are really gonna be like Black Sands is one of the biggest brands that ever came out of the Black community. And they're not going to own one of these. They're just not going to own a car. And you're literally going to have this as fact, as proof Nah, man. Y'all weren't even here when he was really trying to come up. Y'all weren't here when he needed you guys to take the hill, right? But I was. I was here.
And I can definitely see Black Sands going global really, really soon. We were just like in South Korea
Yeah.
having a major meeting with Studio Mir with the VP, and they was very, very just excited about the Black Sands project. It was like, wow, okay, we can do something with this. So, say for instance, if we make this animation with Studio Mir and we get to license the product in Asia, that's extra money. That's extra millions upon millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just so excited, very excited.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's see. So, like I said, whatever questions you have, please put them in here now because we're about to leave soon. But Michael Blow says, when do we receive the gold cards? So, this investment round ends today. So, 2 weeks from now, you'll get an email, right? 2 to 3 weeks from now, you get an email saying you've been locked in. Go and get your card based on whatever. We're gonna give you a discount code in that email, so you can go and order 2 cards. You get to order 2 cards for free. You'll pay for your own shipping. You'll put your own address in, and you'll be able to ship it to yourself. You'll get tracking and everything else. If you have a higher tier than what you have because you have multiple investments, right? You're going to email us back and say, "Hey, I invested in this many rounds," and then we'll check the data. If we see that the numbers match up what you're saying, then we're going to combine those and give you a link to the higher tier card, right? The discount code will still work exactly the same. So that's how we're going to do it for you guys. And it's going to be pretty simple. It's a seamless process. We already delivered like 800 cards, right? So we already delivered 800 cards to people. So it's not new. We're going to get it done for you guys as well. What up, Michael Blow? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. I don't know what this exactly means. Will you have the cards for the start of the anime journey? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Yeah, but yeah, that's it, man. We're good to go, man. This has been a long but very what's it called? Productive meeting, right? Extremely productive meeting. If you want to push any of your family and friends to invest in Black Sands, just remember this. You got 2 hours. All right. So I'll wait till they wake up in the morning. Nope. It's done. Right. You got 2 hours and they'll never have another chance to invest in Black Sands. So whoever you're trying to convince at this point, you gotta do it for them. We gotta force them to do it because it's gonna be 2 hours, right? We got 2 hours left and then we are done. Let's go and check on that campaign one last time. Let's go and check on it one last time and see if we've done any new movement. So let's go and check that real quick. 153,000. So, yep, we're moving the ball, man. This is an amazing experience, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. It's just a weird experience because uh, we kind of like we've done so much over the years that we kind of expect certain things to happen. But when it does happen, it just feels so odd because we know how impossible this is for so many people who are in our space. Other creators who are in our space who can't even dream of doing this kind of stuff without help. Like, think about it. Where's the viral post online? Where are the viral endorsements from influencers? Where's the viral newspaper articles and TV shows that are talking about Black Sands making this happen? Nowhere. It's just organic community. Black Sands has been the story of organic community growth for 6 straight years. Organic. It just grows a little by little every year to the point where it is today. And I couldn't be prouder of our community because we're built like Teflon. When the world turns against us, when the world tries to cancel us, whatever, we still end up over succeeding every time because we're built to last. We're strong, we're durable, right? And imagine what happens when we do get those viral moments in the future, right? When we actually get that big moment. Because at the end of the day, it's going to happen. One day it's going to happen where we're going to be the talk of the town everywhere, right? But until that day happens, the base is unshakable. and we're going to continue to dominate. We're going to continue to give opportunities to our people, right? And I'm never going to change that, no matter what in the future. A lot of people hate on the content that Tyler Perry makes, but Tyler Perry is fucking black. Okay, and I think that's the biggest problem that we have. We don't recognize when people are black. Tyler Perry has hired black people at every single chance he could. He paid people way more than they ever were paid in their entire careers. When they worked on a Tyler Perry movie, when they started a Tyler Perry movie, they got the big check that they never got in their entire career, because he said, that's how much I would have paid a white person to do it. So I'm paying you that amount, period. He created entire careers. So while I might not agree with the content he makes, while I might not think it's right for me, right, I'll never be like, that guy wasn't a goddamn hurricane for black excellence in Hollywood and black opportunity in Hollywood. And people are going to come after me. They're going to come after me to talk about their little stupid standards for how I make content and what I should do and all this other crap. But never forget that just like Tyler Perry, I'm going to give as many possible opportunities I can to black people to be leaders in all these creative endeavors that we're doing, so that they can freaking build their careers and do the same for everybody else in their community. I want to circulate as many black dollars as possible into black hands. And I don't care what the rest of the world thinks. I don't care if they like our content or not. It doesn't matter to me as long as my people are happy. You know what I mean? That's the Black Sands path. That's what we're doing. So I appreciate you guys. We're gonna do great things for you. We're not gonna squander money. We never squander money. 10%. That's our cut. 10%. We're not like the, what's it called? Red Cross, right? I pay myself $44 million out of the 100 million we took. That's a damn, bro. You almost took all the money. He said, well, you know, nah, 10%. 10% is what we pay ourselves for everything, right? And it's a very modest amount. It's a very small amount on purpose, because we want the company to grow. We want the opportunities to come for other people and everything else. We don't need to be paid because we own the stock, damn it.
And it took us what? We first paid it took us 3.5 to 4 years before we first start paying ourselves. So
yeah, we didn't get paid until like, I think 2021 was the first year we ever got paid.
Yes.
Prior to that, all the money Black Sands ever made was stayed in Black Sands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Giselle was like, if we don't start getting paid, me and you gonna have a problem. You know, it's always women who are like, hey, we gotta get paid for this stuff. Men are idiots. So we'll stand there and be like, it's for the culture. We don't gotta get paid. Right? It's like as long as we're succeeding, we don't gotta get paid. But reality is, you do need to pay yourself.
No, because in the very beginning with Black Sands, when we first started off, we was using our own funds, own savings account, you know? Yeah. So I'm like, we need to get paid.
You gotta bet on yourself sometimes, man. So thank you guys so much for supporting us. Appreciate y'all. This was a hell of a meeting. Make sure if you're gonna if you convince anybody, do it for the next 2 hours, because there ain't much time left to do it. Right. And you guys enjoy yourselves. We're going to be driving to Chicago soon to talk to these librarians.
We are going to Chicago. We're leaving tonight, even though we just got back from Korea, 3 a.m. in the morning. So we're going to hit the road again tonight, headed to Chicago. So we always working, guys.
Librarians. Let's see if the Black Library Association is going to holler at us. I hope so. Yeah. Right. So we're going to try to make some accounts today. Yeah. But I'll see y'all later. Bye. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all.
Much, guys.
God bless.
Thank you.
Peace.